Huh? No, that's a different daughter. That's not her. She doesn't bite like that.
They're hunting the Jedi. But I'm done hiding.
But it's going to be worth it. 32 drivers lined up and ready to roll. 4 hoping their night ends with a championship. In the top 5 rows. 22 races have led to this one. It's the final race of the season. It's for the championship, and it's green at Homestead. First time for these drivers on this racetrack since early this morning. We've had heavy rain since. The crews have done a great job of getting it dry, and Friesen jumped to the front, but Chastain didn't waste much time passing him for the lead.
Yeah, we have to remember these guys are running over 170 miles an hour, so draft definitely comes into play. It looked like Ross used that draft there. Very aggressive start, as you would expect. And thinking, wow, yeah, why aren't we racing for a championship? We're so good.
They are indeed, and that 16 has been one of the fastest trucks on track.
Yo.
Guys, Sonic the Hedgehog's here.
Rose here.
And you guys guessed it, of today's another exciting episode of ABM Reaction.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the new official trailer movie.
Bless him. Bless him. Bless him.
Thank you. Honestly.
Anthony agrees to a non-guaranteed contract with Portland, a team that has stumbled to start the season. And can Anthony kickstart him? He last played on November 8th of 2018. Rip City, baby. Ball don't lie, and it's no lie that Anthony likes the ball in his hands. Isolation plays are his bread and butter. This season, Portland runs the 3rd most ISO plays and averages the 2nd most points per direct ISO. So there's that. The art of the mid-range jumper has not been lost on Anthony. Since his rookie year, he's had the 2nd most made shots from mid-range. This season, Portland has taken the 4th most mid-range shots. So there's that. And if you need a big 3 to succeed, might Anthony be that with Lillard and McCollum? Those two score 45% of Portland's points this season. Only Harden and Westbrook have combined to score a higher percentage. Let's bring in a guy who knows how to fill it up, Tim Legler. Tim, you're Terry Stotts. How do you use Carmelo Anthony?
Well, I think if you're bringing in Melo, you have to bring him in with a purpose, and that is to let him be who he is as an offensive player, which means give him some touches, give him shots. Now, that could be in a limited basis. I would imagine coming off your bench, giving your second unit some firepower. I think Carmelo Anthony can come in and be a backup 4-man, and in 15 to 18 minutes a game, if he comes back and he shows that he's maintained pretty good conditioning and he finds his legs, this absolutely elevates Portland, because right now it looks like the team is a little bit stale. They had a great year a year ago, but everybody in the West that they're trying to compete with to maintain status quo has gotten significantly better. I don't think that's the case with the Blazers when you look at their offseason personnel acquisitions. So this is the kind of situation that Carmelo Anthony can really come in, have an impact. The question is, and no one really knows this until we see him play, does he have legs under him? Because a guy that plays the way he does, Neil, takes a lot of contested jump shots off the dribble. That's been his game his entire career. You need legs and you need lift to get that shot off and to be an efficient player. Hopefully this is a good fit for him and a good fit for the team, and if that's the case,
I think, how are you? Like, hi, how...
This video, I want you to imagine that you're a NASCAR fan in 2009, 10 years apart from the 2019 season. Now that we're in 2009, what if I told you that Joey Logano would win a championship? What if I told you that Furniture Row Racing would win a championship? That Lowe's Motor Speedway would add a new course, creating the Roval? That NASCAR's title sponsor would be Monster Energy? What if I told you there would be this thing called the caution clock, where every 20 minutes a mandatory caution is thrown? Or that NASCAR would come up with their very own bracket playoff system? What if I told you that Jimmy Johnson would go on a 90-plus race winless streak? That Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, and Tony Stewart would all retire over this 10-year span? There would be a team called Spire Motorsports that would win one Cup race. That Trevor Bayne would win a Daytona 500 only to never be seen by the end of the decade. NASCAR's next rising star would drive the number 9 car, and that star is not Casey Kane. And this video wouldn't be fitting unless I made some bold predictions for the next 10 years. By 2029, Kyle Larson will be a NASCAR Cup Series champion. 2029 will be the year Kyle Busch retires from NASCAR. He will be 44 years old, alongside the annual Daytona 500. NASCAR will race at Daytona's Roval once a year. Atlanta Motor Speedway will become NASCAR's season finale race on a newly paved surface. Instead of going to Texas Motor Speedway twice a year, one of those Cup dates will be given to Circuit of the Americas. Now, a 10-year span is hard to predict. I'm not saying I'm going to be right, but if I am, I can say I told you so. And finally, what if I told you that in 2019, your Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series champion would be Denny Hamlin? What do you think is in store for NASCAR over the next 10 years? Let's hear one bold prediction in the comments down below. Thank you to everybody who watched this hypothetical what-if video, and if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That's going to do it for me, Pit Crew, and I will see you in the next race.
Hey race fans, Steve Letarte, Jeff Burton here. Finally, Homestead, Miami, the final race of the season, the Championship 4. But if the pressure wasn't high enough, Jeff, it's Saturday, Friday, a complete washout. Qualifying canceled. We'll see a short 50-minute practice later today.
Yeah, you and I both have had conversations with all the drivers, all the crew chiefs. They don't know what to expect coming in here, and they didn't get much practice they're going to get, so there's a lot of concern. I don't know who the favorite is. I have no idea. They don't know. This racetrack not run on with this aero package, this engine package. The drivers, this is a different tire. The drivers don't know if the bottom's going to work, the top's going to work. There's just so many questions coming in here, which makes it awesome. It's fun to come in and really not have a favorite.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of guesswork in the garage, a little bit of guesswork on it, and I can make a clear path for all of them. If it's Denny Hamlin with the momentum out of Phoenix, whether it's Kevin Harvick, who's been here and won it before, Truex Jr., first a couple years ago, second last year, and you can never count out Kyle Busch, even though the second half of the year maybe hasn't been as good in the win column. The 18 car is running well, runs good. Second place at Phoenix, just wasn't happy with second. I don't blame him.
No, I don't blame him either. He's not the kind of guy that's going to be happy with first. But I'm with you. What I'm looking at is what are the weaknesses? Like, what are the weaknesses? And the speed of the 18 has been the biggest concern. And then, honestly, I think the weakness for all the teams is, has any of them been consistently fast through the whole year? They really haven't. They've had spurts where they've been great, and they've had spurts where they've been, kind of average. Martin Truex Jr., he got start of the year. He wasn't so great. Hasn't run very well the last 2 weekends, and they say because they weren't focused on those 2 races. How do you just turn it off, turn it back on? So I think there's some serious concerns for everybody. As good as they are, this is the best 4. There's no doubt. But none of them come in here without flaws.
Well, it is the biggest race of the year because it's the final race of the year. A champion will be crowned. You can't miss it. It's going to be a moment-filled race. I don't know what the moments are going to be.
I need to get some food, I need to get a bed. So everybody grab some stuff and prepare. Let's hope... Oh, no. Who has the cords and crystals? There we go. Hey, Keelan, how you doing, brother? The Bedrock Miner, good to see you here. How do you join? I'm getting chased by a bunch of Endermans. But, wanting to do, and I finally can completely.
znači ako je neko u... plavom timu ne vidi ime od crvenog, tako da...
Čekam, spíš. Když bavíš světle.
Tell me we're not running that blockade.
Oh, only as a last resort.
B for 20. Break new ground.
Right now, everyone's gonna get hooked.
Yeah, we're on.
Well, you think that